So this was quite a steep drop here, and this is where I'm trying to curve the path to go around where the creek runs down. So because it was so steep, I wanted to level it out here a fair bit. So I've been filling in with rocks and that kind of stuff. So I'm now ready to start bringing earth down in. And that's going to start getting us in the direction that we want to get. So we're getting really close to where the pipe goes. So I think once I get some earth on this and get it just about ready, we're going to bring the pipe down and at least have it down here, because it looks like the weather is about to change on me. I mean, today is a beautiful day. It's been very sunny, but tomorrow is supposed to be very wet. So I want to be off of the trail with the tractor tomorrow. But I do want to get this pipe down here where I can start working with it. Well, we're almost done this part. So we're going to get the tractor out, get the grapple on, and bring the pipe down. I'll show you what we've got here so far. So I haven't driven the tractor too far down this yet, because it still needs some reinforcing. But we're getting there. And then, of course, I've got to take out this stump. But I think the majority of that stump will come out with my bush axe. But for now, let's get the grapple on the tractor and get our big pipe down here. Our pipe. So let's clean up, and then we're going to go for dinner and call that a day for today. Then we'll come back tomorrow, probably on the ATV, and see what we can figure out. Well, good morning, everybody. So we're continuing on with our work down at diverting the stream along the path part that we've been working on the road to nowhere. So I've got the pipe sitting there now, roughly in the area that I want to put it in. So the stream comes out onto the existing trail and runs down the side of that trail. Actually, it gets going so hard sometimes it runs down both tire tracks on the old trail. So the plan is to let it continue down on the one side of the old trail and then divert it over and across the trail through that pipe. So what I need to do is to build a little cradle that the pipe is actually going to sit in at the one end where the water goes into the pipe. Because what I don't want to have happen is I don't want the water to wash the ground away from around the pipe and then have it running down the outside of the pipe, and it's going to end up back on the trail again and that type of thing. So to try and avoid that, I've got a leftover piece of 8-inch pressure treated here. I'm going to cut this in half, double it up, and then I'm going to cut a cradle in it here. That will go right up at near the end of the pipe where the water first goes in. That should help block that water from getting around and under the pipe and that kind of thing, so it doesn't go washing all the ground off. And let me give you a very quick update of what's going on in the shop here. So the shop reorganization is now basically done. I've got my 2 new cabinets over there. I've got the new toolbox. Everything is filled and sorted out. I still have a few empty drawers in my toolboxes here, just in case I happen to come across something that I've just got to have. So that's good, have room to expand. This bench is going to go. This bench is going down to the new shed that I'm going to put up next year down in the clearing that we're working on the trail. And this is the area where my wood stove is going to go. And I'm not too sure about the wood stove. I don't have a lot of experience with that, so maybe you guys can give me a little bit of feedback. So I've got these two windows, and I've got my man door over here. So am I better off to put the wood stove by the man door, or should I put it between my two windows? I'm really not sure. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'd be very grateful for the information on that. All right, there we go. Now, pressure treating, from what I understand about it, it only goes so deep. So I have coated the inside here and the ends with treatment to help make these boards last. Now, they're not going to last forever, I know that, but hopefully once they're in place and when they do finally start to break down, there is going to be enough material building up around the pipe that when these start to go, the material that's there will help hold everything in place. So I'm hoping not to run into rocks when I put this trench in. Now the trench is mostly cut in already by the erosion, so that's a good thing, but a big rock would definitely be a problem. And of course, around here, hoping not to run into a rock when you're digging a trench or a hole is like hoping not to run into dirt. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, there's what I'm talking about. All right, that's going to work very nicely. So you can see the water is going to come at the pipe. I'm going to bury this down deep enough, not going too deep, but the water is going to come at the pipe and not be able to go past it too much to wash the dirt out from around the front of the pipe. I don't need this on the back of the pipe, just on the front. The pipe is so close to just being able to lay in here. Okay, folks, so we've got the pipe partially buried. Now I want to go along this creek here with my rake and try to clear out a bunch of the leaves and stuff that are laying in it, just so I don't have that much material washing down here in the spring into the front of this pipe. One of the things I'm going to do is when I make a trip to the dump, I'm going to check out the steel bin and look for an old barbecue. Now, if I can find a barbecue with an intact rack in it, I'm going to get that rack out and cut it and bring it down here and put it in front of the pipe to work as a filter to try to keep some of the debris out. Okay, we're done raking. So I'm going to try to give you guys a good view of what we're doing here. So there's our pipe going right through. So we've got this gully here. This was part of the trail that came down, but we've now closed that off. So we won't be trying to take the bike through here. So this goes up. This is where I lined everything with rocks to try to make it last a little better. Now you can't really make this any deeper as much as I'd like to because we are on rock. As you'll see where we are right now is just rock. So the water really gets flowing down here in the spring. So I'm hoping my 6-inch pipe is going to be big enough to handle it. We'll see, we'll see. So we'll come past this very large stump. I think used to be a spruce. Up to a little pond where it gathers, which is right here. This goes up a hill here, and this is where the water is running down either on the surface or underneath. It comes down to this little gathering pond here, or accumulating pond, before it continues on down. So I'm hoping, if weather permits, we're going to try to come back down here this fall and see if we can clear this a little bit to get better flow from up top, because we do have an area up there that's flooding, and I don't think it would take too much to dramatically improve the drainage. And of course that will mean a lot more water coming down here. So we'll have to see how all of that works. I think that's going to be it for this. So if you've been enjoying these videos, our little story about the Trail to Nowhere, don't forget to give the videos a like, and I'd love to have you subscribe to the channel so you can keep up with what's going on. There'll be a lot of other things we're doing besides working on the Trail to Nowhere, but as I've said in a previous video, one of my favorite things to do is to work outside. I love it. Okay, so remember to be safe out there, folks. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you out on the trails the next time.